Buenos dias, todos. I'm going to make an important video today and quickly talking about self-sufficiency. Here I am with my, my Nissan Pathfinder that I bought. I'm in the process, unfortunately, taking it apart because the engine is dead, deceased, and the car had a few other issues, but the engine was the most important one. And now, why did the engine fail? I trusted a mechanic in Luquillo, a reputable mechanic that I really would love to name their business, but I'm not going to. But I'm going to say what they did to me is they royally fucked me. Basically, in a nutshell, the last time the car went into them to replace literally one sensor, they charged me over $700 for like $100 sensor. And 3 days after the car came back for them, it literally exploded. The engine basically exploded in a cloud of very white smoke blowing like crazy everywhere. I took it back into them. They looked at it and like, well, we don't know. And then one of the people kind of let slip. They were playing with the catalytic converter. And from what I understood, that they cleaned the catalytic converter out without telling me, or at least without asking me first, which possibly caused a bunch of debris to be sucked back into the engine. And they couldn't give me a price. They couldn't tell me anything how to fix the car. They didn't really want to help. They just kind of like, see you later. And the worst thing, I took my wife's car into them. They didn't even fix the problem in that either. They charged like a ton of money to change the suspension, which didn't need to be, the shockers which needed to be changed. The car still has a problem. So either way, I'm not going to recommend these people, but I'm not going to name them. But I'm sure if you want to contact me personally, I can give you some recommendations who to avoid. But the point of this video is about self-sufficiency. So I bought another Nissan Pathfinder, which I'm stripping the parts of that one, putting into this one. I'm doing a lot of work to get this up and running good. I gave it to a mechanic who, okay, to his credit, he got the thing running. He just charged me a lot of money, but he did get the thing running a lot better than when I bought it. But I paid a ton of money. You know what? I am sick of fucking dealing with mechanics here. So I decided, you know what, Chris, I bought my tools. I'm not stupid. I can build a freaking house. I can fix cars too. So I've been fixing my own car. And that's the thing. If you're going to move here, try and learn to fix, if you're going to get old cars. So I wouldn't, look, one, I can't afford to get a brand new car. Two, I'm not going to waste money getting a brand new car because, come on, the conditions here, the cars get wear and tear. The roads are terrible. There's salt everywhere. So I'd rather get old cars. I do like these Nissans. They're great. But like Japanese cars are generally really fiddly to fit around. Like I've got to change oxygen sensor today. And the oxygen sensor is buried deep inside here, and it's a pain. I've already changed it before. I swapped it from one of the other car, and that's how I also found more of the shoddy work the previous mechanic in Luquillo did. The oxygen sensor was dented, bolts were not torqued right, there was leaking hoses, things they just put back together and tried to cover up. It's really horrible actually how sloppy their work is, and they're supposed to be a professional mechanic's workshop. So why am I going to trust these cabrons? Really? I'm sick to death of trusting other people to do these things. I can do it myself. I have my tools, oxygen sensor, so I'm going to do this myself, and I'm going to get this done. I would love to video it, but I haven't got a way of showing actually how to do this, and it's not really that interesting. It's just fiddly. So I'm going to dive in here, change this oxygen sensor, and you know what? This oxygen sensor is like 90 bucks. I'm guaranteed if I took it to these people, they probably would charge me $1,000. So it's kind of criminal, but you know, it's not a story I haven't heard before. A lot of people warn me, even other mechanics, good ones, have warned me about mechanics here. So the lesson is this: self-sufficiency, self-reliance. Learn to do things yourself. That's why I build myself. So I do all my own construction work. So I almost never hire people. It's hard to find people who are competent. People who are going to shop. People who are going to do a quality job. People aren't going to rip you off. And well, when it comes to cars, you know what? There's certain things I can't do. Like, you know, things are probably beyond me. And I guess I'll have no choice. But majority of stuff, I'm going to do it myself. And if I don't know, I'm going to learn it. So the lower of stories, take power into your own hands. Try not to trust too many people to do things for you, because no one's ever going to do as good job, quality, attention to detail as you can do it yourself. So I'm a big believer, do it yourself. Just do it yourself. That's why I like to wear. I'm not wearing my Nike today, but you know, the Nike, just do it. So living here in Puerto Rico, you've got to take things into your own hands. You've got to take the initiative. You've got to just go for it. Sometimes waiting on other people, getting other people to do things for you, ain't going to happen. And be careful with mechanics who you trust. Finding a good mechanic here is really hard. Either way, I'm going to get into this and get this. I'm sure you can see here, so I got my tool and I've just loosened this. Now I'm going to have to take it out by hand. This mechanic did the oxygen sensor in the other car. The thing was so loose, I could actually have I was able to undo it with my finger. I didn't even have to use a tool. That's how bad and sloppy these mechanics did their work. Now this is the old oxygen sensor. This actually come out of my other Pathfinder. I had to pull it out because this car had a bad sensor, and then I discovered when I pulled the sensor out that this sensor from the first Pathfinder had this bad did from whatever the mechanic was doing, and the actual sensor didn't work anymore. And she's in place and ready to be plugged in and tightened nicely. And quickly, I'll just disconnect the battery. I'm going to reset the car computer for 10 minutes and then start her up. Connector, the previous mechanics just let the thing flop around, so I put it where it's meant to go, in the proper spot. Actually, while waiting for the car, we went and got donuts and panda sabao. Now let's test the car. Hello, honey. Okay, now the moment of truth. Let's see if she starts and doesn't throw a check engine light. Oh! Started beautifully, no problems at all. And I had to reset the computer so that lights come on. But look at that, $90. If I took it to a local mechanic, it would have been hundreds of dollars just to change that one sensor. So, efficiency, self-sufficiency, self-sufficiency. If you're gonna live in Puerto Rico, learn to be self-sufficient. Have a beautiful day, my followers.